Hello, everybody. Welcome to part 2 of Seasons Hanna Karlzon. So, what we've done so far is the flowers, the bird. Now, we used this card at first, 128 from the first edition. So we got out some of our terracottas and yellow oranges and yellow, lemon yellow, and then for the flowers here, I found this card here that has, again, the blues that I like, the red, oranges, and ochres. So these come together quite well. We can see the golds are pretty much the same. And then if you put these three blues together, and then there's this one as well, which has this orange, which is pretty much the same. And then this blue goes very well here. So with each of these colors, I was able to choose my combinations. So, for example, I'll give you an example. Like canary yellow 916. Right here, which is really this color here. But if I go just alone with the canary yellow, I might not be able to blend very well. So I want a darker color, which could be my Sunburst yellow. And I want a darker lighter, which could be my lemon yellow or my white. I often go in with the white just to get that lighter area. And if I really want to shade, I can go in with my terracotta. So this one color here is not just one pencil. Right here, I already have 1, 2, 3, 4 pencils plus the white. If I want to go here, I can use the terracotta for that color, as well as over here and over here. And I can get some reds out for here to get my combo. And then my blues, I'll get 3 blues out. So if you have 5 colors here times 3 pencils each, that's 15 pencils minimum. A lot of people ask, well, how do I just color my whole page with these 5 colors? No, you can add to each color as many pencils as you want, especially when they're close in color. You know, like if I put these 3 together, I'm gonna be able to have a nice gradient. So that's one of the answers to many, many questions. And I also wanted to bring back this pencil case here. This set of 24 for highlighting and shading. And I'm pretty sure we can do a lot of this image right here. I don't have a lot of experience yet. I don't usually do skies like this because I love blue skies, pink skies. So this, I have to get used to this color. So with time, I'll be able to tell, am I using all the pencils in this set or just some of them? I'll see about that. And then what will help me also to plan that page will be color cube cards like this and this. That's going to be good inspiration. So, as I say, I'm getting used to these colors and I'm thinking about those beautiful skies that I want to be able to do. So, all right. Now, let's get our combinations out here. And then after that, we'll color the jewel. So today we'll be doing this combination, the top flowers, 916 Canary Yellow, 1033 Mineral Orange, 921 Pale Vermilion, 922 Poppy Red, 923 Scarlet Lake, 946 Dark Brown. We'll be doing the bird's head, Copenhagen Blue, 906, Sky Blue, 1086, Electric Blue, 1040. So you see in that one combination, I have 6 pencils to do the combination here. I have 3. The jewel, 6 pencils to do the jewel. And you see all the colors, how well they go in one into the other, like they're not so far off the spectrum. But my 2 dark colors here are for shading, and sometimes with shading, yes, we will go to a darker pencil. And the branches we already did, the flowers, the feathers, and the bird up here. So you can pause the video, write these combinations down. You can screenshot. So there we go. So let's get started. Let's get the camera set properly. Just making sure that we can see the flowers up here. And then after that, we'll be doing the gold bits over here. We have to remember to do the legs too. The key, you know, how often do I think I'm finished and then I post my pictures all over social media, and then I start looking at those pictures and thinking, oh, I forgot that area. Oh, I forgot that area. It's so embarrassing. My God. Okay. So let me get the colors out for the jewel. So Pale Vermilion, 921. Poppy Red, 922. You see these colors are in the highlighting the sky picture there. Scarlet Lake, 923. 923. Crimson Lake, 925. Dark Brown, 946. 946, whoop. And then the darkest is the 90% warm gray, 1058. So you see this pencil is also in the shading set of Prismacolor. All right, so let's pick all these up. Our lightest zone will be up here, right? Right there. So we won't color those in. We'll be using our Posca. So we're going to go very lightly everywhere. We're using our Pale Vermilion, 921, which will be also used to do a nice, beautiful sky one day when I'm ready to get out of my comfort zone. Slowly, this page is inspired by these colors because I need to get used to them, like how to use them together and I can turn my pencil. I'll get a sharper point. All right. The next pencil, 922. This reminds me of when we colored the mushroom from Christmas God Jewel from Hanna Karlzon. Using this kind of gradient with the darkest here. So in my last video, part 1, right? I made a big mistake, but I spent so much time editing that tape, and I had to start all over again. So I missed a part. So at some point I color the flowers, I've colored the bird, and then I say goodbye, you know, we'll see each other in the next part. And when I'm listening back, like I uploaded the tape, I realized that I say goodbye and then I start coloring this blue part, which I thought I was going to put in part 2. But I say hello everybody and I color the blue part, and at the end I'm like, okay, goodbye. So that was okay, but you know, I said goodbye before doing the blue because I thought that that was going to be the end of part 1. So this editing is really confusing. 921 Scarlet Lake. It's actually quite difficult for me, and probably a lot of people as well. So you have to be like able to remember exactly what you're cutting out, what you're adding, where you want to piece the different pieces together. So here I'm going in with the Scarlet Lake 923, and it's in the dark area of the jewel. Then my Crimson Lake 925. So I'm staying in the darkest areas. I know sometimes I pass the line a little bit, but you know what? I'm going to take out a book that you're going to, yeah, I'm going to take that out. It's from Joanna Basford, and this is what she says. Color outside the lines. Like, go ahead, right? It's okay. It's okay. It's art, and it's relaxing. We're doing this for relaxation, not for being criticized. So sometimes we're much too hard on ourselves. Okay, I'm going to go in with Pale Vermillion 921. So we can see that this jewel is starting to take shape. So I do like this red here. I'm going to go in with that next one from 922, from the bottom up. I can see that I have some blending issues here that I don't like, so I'm going to go back in with a darker red. So at this point, you're really like going with what you like. I can see here with the naked eye that I want to blend this better. So I'm using the Scarlet Lake 923. So becoming a champion at blending, then you've got it all set. Once you're a champion blender, you can color many things. Okay, so that's better. I'm going to go back in with the 922 Poppy Red and blend this out. Yeah, so I do like red with certain colors. So this combination is actually a nice one for me. So it might be the combination of yellow and red that is not in my most light. And I mean, other people don't like blues. So it's really a question of what you like and don't like. So I'm going to take my white. I've wiped it off here to make sure it's nice and clean. I'm going to go ahead in the middle here and blend that out. All right, that's looking good. Now you remember I opened a package of Signal balls yesterday. Uniball, sorry, Gel Impact. Why do I say Signal? Yeah, okay. Uniball Signal Broad, that's what they're called. They're made in Japan, but you can find them in all the art stores and Amazon. And so yesterday we used a lot of the gold here. All this gold here. It was running like so juicy. And now I was trying to use the white and nope, won't have it. Just refuses, has decided that it's not coloring, it's not flowing. Try to rub it off a little bit with some nice toothy paper here. Let's see, will it work? Hardly. Okay, so what we're going to do is take off the Posca. Look at that. Great, that's fantastic. Okay. I'm just dotting it a little bit, not too hard, because I don't want a big blob of paint to come out. So sometimes it runs perfectly, sometimes it doesn't. From one day to the next, it changes. So, oh, look at that jewel. I love it. Let me get that book out that I was talking about. Hold on a sec. Here we go. Go outside the lines, right? And then she talks about this. Go outside the lines. True confessions. I go over the lines all the time. If you've ever watched one of my live videos, you'll know this. And you know what? I don't care. And neither should you. Those lines are just a guide. It's up to you how to complete the picture. You are the artist. And it goes on. It's very interesting. So this is 30 Days of Creativity. Draw, Color, and Discover Your Creative Self by Joanna Basford. Now, if you ever want to have a flip through here, here's another one that's interesting. Every child is an artist. And then it talks about, Joanna gives us a little page here where she talks about that. And what she's proposing in this book is that we color 10 minutes a day. That's it. You know, if you're having a hard time coloring in your books and, you know, you just need some inspiration, 10 minutes a day for 30 days. That's the challenge. Do more of what makes you happy. And, yeah, so that's it. You don't have to color for 2 hours. Sometimes just 10 minutes a day will get your mojo back. Okay. So I'm going to be doing the jewel, around the jewel in a gold. I'm taking my lemon yellow and I'm just going around very lightly. Okay, let's go ahead and do these little guys over here. That book I just showed you, I got for $8 at the discount store, bookoutlet.ca. Now, they have a lot of coloring books, but I found just a few that I like, which are Joanna Basford books. And so I went back a few times, and sometimes they run out really fast. So you have to go often. Okay, where there's this little line here, I'm going to go ahead and color that. So you just keep going back till you find one that you like. At that price, you can get a book and just color and not worry about what you're doing. Just learn the process, enjoy the process. So this book that I just showed you, I took 2 copies. So one I keep clean, and the other one I go ahead and let's see if I can find my goldenrod here. Okay, goldenrod. So I'm going to go from the shaded area here, shaded area here, shaded area here, so I think I did not write these pencils down in the list, so I'm going to have to remember to do that. Okay, and I'm going to go back with the espresso, the brown 946. I'm going to come out a little bit more here in all my shaded areas. So isn't that something, eh? The white won't run. And the gold was doing so good. So good. Okay, so I'm shading here, over here, right under these leaves here. All right, let's go back in with the goldenrod and just come out a bit more, blending that in. Just going in lines and rubbing that out. There we go. All right, so now for the small areas there, let's do the bottom all in dark brown. All right. And then with the golden rod, 1034, we will go over the brown and up a tiny bit. And that's it. There we go. See how easy that was to do? All right, so let's go on to the flowers. So canary yellow, mineral orange, 1033, 921 pale vermilion, poppy red, 922, scarlet lake, 923, dark brown, 946. All right, okay. So I'm getting the tip to be nice and yellow with the canary yellow, 916. So bookoutlet.ca. I also was able to find a Kirby Roseanne in that site. That was amazing. So let's go in with 921 pale vermilion. So at those prices, you can just go ahead and have fun. Not worry about ruining your book. Because this is how we learn, is by coloring. The more we color, the more we learn. And following a tutorial like this really helps learn techniques. All you have to do is mention in the Facebook group or Instagram if you're posting the picture. You mention the name of the book, the illustrator, and the colorist that you followed your tutorial. That's it. And you learn tons of information. And it's also having a group that you're exchanging with, you know. You're asking each other questions, and you get to see everybody's drawings. It's a lot of fun. It's a nice hobby. You know, if you're sick and are in need of resting a lot, this can be something you can do while you're resting. You can be in your living room watching a movie, not worrying about what you have to do. 923, you can just relax, listen to your favorite movie. It's fun. Let's go back now for some good blending. 922 Poppy Red. So let's blend this out. And with the Canary Yellow, I can go back downwards to blend that out. Just enjoy watching the color develop. There we go. So I'm in with the Poppy Red 922. So I'm blending out a little bit so that I have a very, very light transition. And then I can go in with the Canary Yellow and blend that. Have less of a harsh line. Back with the 922 Poppy Red. I want to go in a very light transition area to get this to be nice and blended. On the bottom, I can go heavy-handed to get rid of that tooth in the bottom. Let's blend that together so we don't have any harsh lines. There we go. So at the bottom, I'm going in heavy-handed to make sure I don't have any tooth. And here where the yellow meets the red, I'm going in a very light transition area. I'm using my Canary Yellow to blend that transition area. Nice, smooth blend. Transition area, and then darker at the bottom. A transition area, darker at the bottom. Transition area. Again with my Poppy Red 922, so I can go heavy-handed at the bottom, so I have no tooth. And then the transition area with the same pencil, just making sure it's very light so that I can blend it properly. Very light transition area. And blend everything together. Okay, so let's do the little bits on the top. Let's start with the yellow, do all of the Canary Yellow up here. All right, now on the left side, I'm going to go in with a darker Terra Cotta 944. So the sun is coming this way, my light source is coming this way. So I am going to put some shading over here, 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 and here. I can go around the bottom here with a darker area. All right. Now for the top there, I'm going to go in with the 925 Crimson Lake and just go with little lines and add some color. I'm going to blend that out with the Canary Yellow. Little stroking. The Terracotta again. Okay, I'm going to blend that out with the 923 Scarlet Lake, so that way it's not as harsh. So here would be darker as well because no, the light is coming that way, so it would be darker over here, yeah. So I'm blending that out. Okay. Let's go ahead with the Terracotta on the left side. And with the Scarlet Lake 923, I will blend that out. Okay, with the Terracotta on the left side here, on the bottom, and on the left side here, on the bottom, on the left side here, and the left side here at the bottom. And with the Scarlet Lake, I will blend this out. All right. Now with the Poppy Red, I will just add some Poppy Red ever so slightly with little tiny lines. And then I'll blend that out with the Canary Yellow. So I'm going pretty heavy-handed, so I don't want my point to be too sharp because then I'll break it. So if I want to just go heavy-handed here, little lines, and then with the yellow, I'm going back here. There we go. All right. Now with the Terracotta, I will do every other third line maybe, or just vary it. And then with the 940, the 90% warm gray, 1058, I will do one every other third or fourth. Turn your pencil in your hand to keep the sharp edge. All right, so I have, which color is this? Dark brown, so let's use the golden rod. Let's use the golden rod. So all of these that are left, I'm just blending that out. There we go. With the gold, we will go ahead and fill up these little circles here. We will also fill up these little circles here, which I call magic. These take a little bit of time to dry, so you don't want to be going over wet areas. You want them to dry. That's why I'm going from left to right. So I'm starting on the left. You can go ahead and do these gold areas here. Am I in the camera? I am. All right. Okay. So let's go back in with the yellow. I'm going to sharpen it because these are very small bits and I don't need to put hard pressure. So yellow. All right, now with the 90% warm gray, 1058, we're going to go on the left side here and do each left side. All right, now with the golden, I'm going to sharpen it just a tiny bit with the golden rod. and blend in that dark gray. Of course, you want to leave some of that yellow. You don't want to cover the yellow, all of the yellow. There we go. We can put a little dot of Posca. Right over here. Where the yellow is, I'm going to put a little dot on the yellow. There we go. All right. Now, we do have that little key there. Let's try that. I think this is dried now. Yeah. Oh, and I don't want to forget, I have a lot of this page that was dirtied. When we color with blue, this is what happens. We get a lot of the blue just transferring to the page. All right. Okay, so let's do the head of this bird. We have, let's get the combos. So Copenhagen 906. So let's do each little area here. The left and the right over here. The left and the right. Left and the right. Left and the right. All right. Oh, that's pretty. What's our second color here? The 1040 Electric Blue. So we'll go in the middle here, in the center. And we'll leave some white there. Let's go in the center and just leave a little bit of white here. Just leaving a little bit of white there. You see the white over here? This is completely, this is the paper. This is the paper right there, right there. Is this white working now? No. So you want to make sure you leave some of that white. So with the electric blue, I'm just blending out the Copenhagen and leaving a little bit of white. And I should sharpen this pencil because these are very small areas, so. Okay, that would help that I sharpen this pencil. So the center, electric blue. All right, so let's do these centers in an electric blue. Okay, we'll do the ends here. Okay, the bottom here. Let's go back in with the Copenhagen. Blend that out. Okay, let's just do that whole circle. These are so tiny, it gets kind of tedious. So we'll just do that and then go back with the electric blue on the top here. All right, so we've left a little bit of the tooth of the paper so that we can get some light. So with the Posca, we'll go ahead where the light areas are, add a little bit of Posca here and there, just to have some light zones. There we go. So it's not just one bland color. We have highlights, we have darker areas. Okay, now the sky blue light, 1086. So let's color the whole head here. Some of that blue is coming out here because I'm going ahead and blending some of that out. All right. Where's the gold? There it is. I'm going to go ahead with some gold over here. Okay. This gold is so nice and juicy. Okay. So for the head, we'll go back in with the electric blue on the outside here. And then around, I'm just going to do the whole thing here. It just gets kind of tedious, you know. The little diamond here. I guess we'll do that in gold. Yeah, we'll do that part in gold. So the little dots here. Around the jewels. Okay, that's fine. All right. With the electric blue, I'll just shade in a little bit at the bottom of the head here. And then with the sky blue, we'll blend that out. Okay. With our darkest 1058 90% warm gray, I'm going to go over the eye here. I'm going to go inside like that. Add just a little bit of Posca, just a little dot. Like that. Back with the 1068. 1058, 90% gray. Okay. Now for the beak, I could go with dark brown. And then go with the yellow. I don't want the brightest yellow. Let's try the sand, 940. We use the sand in our flowers on the bottom here, so I have it right here in my tray. Okay, and some Posca in the area that they give us here, like that. With the key, we have the ribbon in yellow. And then with the brown, dark brown, we will go on just one side. So here we'll go on the bottom, here on the top, here on the bottom and the top. Same here. Like that. On one side of the key. On one side and one side. Over here on one side, and just on the left side here. Okay. With the golden rod. We'll blend that out. Can leave some yellow in the middle. There we go. That's our key. Now we have those little flowers to finish up. So, canary yellow. Let me sharpen that up. Okay, so let's just go in with the canary yellow to start. You know what? I forgot to put a white page underneath here. So I've been coloring and this has transferred here. So, yeah, I forgot completely to do that. So that means that I'm going to have to come in here and erase these lines. A little bit extra work, right? Okay, I'll do that on my own time. I don't know why I get so excited to do a new page and I forget all the rules. All the things that we should be doing. Here's a page. Let's get that under here, underneath here. Let's get another page. We're supposed to put it under our hand. All right, let's do some yellow on the feet here. Canary yellow. With a dark brown, we will go ahead and color the center here. There's going to be some shading there. At the top of the leg, we'll come down with the brown. The thumb. The bottom here of the fingers. All right. And then with the goldenrod, it's just resembles so much all of these colors here that we can go ahead and do that. So blend out the brown. And we have just a little bit of that yellow that is making it pop out a little bit. Okay, now let's go in with our 922 Poppy Red in the bottoms of these flowers. Let's go inside here. Canary yellow over here. Let's blend out that Poppy Red 922. Blend that out. Okay, that's not blending out, so I'm going to take the 921 Pale Vermillion, come out a little bit like this. We're getting a better gradient like this. All right, with the Posca pen, we'll go around the black lines. I can soften them up a little bit just by blending them out a bit. Okay, so let's finish up with the contouring with the gold. So over here.
Go on, you've so often proved to me that I don't need to have these doubts. I doubt myself, but I have no doubt that you and I could become something really great. You really are. Nothing less than a huge embodiment of my dreams.
So I hope I didn't forget any parts here, and looks good. All right, so thank you for watching. Let me zoom this out. All right, so now we can get a nice picture here. You can screenshot to have the page. Excellent. So I'll see you in the next coloring. Bye.